So today we're going to talk about a resource called Book Creator. You'll be using this in your language arts class, and you can log on to it by going to https://app.bookcreator.com/sign-in. When you're choosing a browser, because Book Creator was originally created for Chrome is going to be the better web browser to use with this tool. Then you should see a button that says, am I a teacher or am I a student? You'll choose I am a student, and then you'll have the choice to log in with either a Google account or your student Microsoft account. Your student Microsoft account will take quite a while to load here at school, so if you have a Google account, we're recommending that you go ahead and use it for this activity. If you don't have a Google account, perhaps the better way to go would be to log into your student Microsoft account on Book Creator while you're at home, and then just leave that tab open as you come to school. After you've logged in with either your Google or your Microsoft account, you'll get a screen that looks like this that says Join a Library. So your teacher will give you a 5-digit /alphabetical code that you'll need to enter to join their library. That way, when you log in, you'll see the books that your class is creating, and your teacher will be able to see your book as you are creating it. Within this, don't worry, nobody else can edit your book. They can only look at the books in the library. Once you've signed into your teacher's library, you'll get the design screen, and up in the upper left, you'll see the orange button that says +, new book. So that's how you're going to start your book, is by pressing that new book symbol. It is up to your teacher whether you will be creating books together or as partners. If you are creating as partners or a group for whatever project you may be working on, it's better to collaborate on one device than to log in and be trying to collaborate live on multiple devices from one account, because you'll run into the same problems that you have when you try to collaborate sometimes on OneNote and things start typing over top of each other and it starts to act kind of glitchy. So you're better off just collaborating on one device for this project. After you've pressed New Book, you're going to get a screen that looks like this, where you're going to choose a style for your book. We would prefer that you choose one of the options in the bottom row. Even if you aren't creating a comic, I'll show you how to make it not look like a comic if you don't want it to be a comic. But you have more tools and functionalities and cool things that you can do if you choose one of these comic items. Alright, and finally, we'll go into Book Creator now and take a look at what the buttons do. There aren't very many buttons, and it's very user-friendly. So even if I don't show you something today, or you still have a question about something, again, it's user-friendly, so it's very easy to figure out. Okay, so I've logged in, and I've pressed New Book up here in the upper left, as I told you, and I end up with this blank book here. So I'm going to click into that book by just simply left-clicking on it. It'll always tell you what page you're on. So right now I'm on the cover of my book. So you have two buttons up here in the upper right. You have a plus sign and you have an I. A plus sign is just like you would think. It's to add any element to your page, and your I is always your design button, that it gives you the edit options for that item that you have selected at that moment. So if I were to do a plus sign right now, I have the options to add panels, speech bubbles, thought bubbles, text, stickers. We'll come back to that. And then if I press I, since the page is the only thing here right now, it's giving me design elements for my page. So I'm going to go ahead and select a design for my cover. You can do the plus sign over here. There's all different colors, or you can come up with a custom design. Alright, now that I have kind of a background for my cover, I'm going to go up and I'm going to add, let's add a speech bubble to place the title of my book in. And then I need to add text within my speech bubble. Look at your different types of text. You can add captions for pictures. You can add titles. You can have, this is more for sound effects. Or you can add plain text, like if you were writing a book and you wanted to write the script part of it, you would use this text button. So I need to add a title. So for today's purposes, we're just going to do The Three Little Pigs, because that's a story we're all familiar with, and we're just trying to learn to use the tool. So now I have The Three Little Pigs, but it's too big. So look, notice that I have a blue box surrounding that. That means I have that element selected right now. So I have the title selected right now. So again, remember, my I gives me the edit options for whatever I have selected. So I'm going to press that I button, and now I can make my text smaller or bigger. I can choose to center it. I can make it bold or italic. I can change my font here. So this is a good place to change your font if you'd like to. It's also a way to change the color if you want your words to be a different color. So you have all your various options under your I once you have whatever element you're trying to edit selected. You can, there's a different edit menu for each of the things that you might select. So if I had clicked on the speech bubble behind and clicked that I button, I would get a different menu. I wouldn't get the ability to change the font and stuff. When you use speech bubbles, you can select them and drag this green bubble here to the side if you had a certain character there on the screen that you wanted to have the speech bubble directed to. Let's move on beyond the cover. So notice it says page 2 of 3 now, and I can add panels. So this is where you can choose to make it look like a comic book or not look like a comic book. So if I were doing a picture book, I might choose something like this, and I could do my picture up top here and my text down in the bottom. But perhaps you don't want that box there on the bottom, so I would just simply right-click and cut. So I'm going to click on that page right now and give my page a background again. Let's go with a different theme. Okay, so now let's talk about inserting pictures or video. So if I wanted to insert a picture on this page, there are several ways that I could do that. I could select the camera option, and it's going to ask if you want to allow it to use the camera, and I can then take a picture of a picture that I've drawn. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to say use that picture. So it'll upload it, and you'll see that now my picture's there. I can drag it around within there to reposition it if I wanted it to be, or you could put two pictures side by side, or you can resize them and move them around to make one picture look like multiple pictures. I'll show you that in just a moment. So I decided I don't want that picture, so I'm going to right click and cut it out. So let's go back in and add our panels again. Alright, so another way that you can add pictures to your pages is you can choose the choose a file button here. So now you have two options. Now you can Google search images, and we'll talk about how to keep those from being copyrighted. Or you can choose a file for your computer up here at the blue button. So let's choose one from the computer. So let's go up, and I'm just going to pick a picture that I have on my desktop right now that you can either draw in Paint, or you can draw by hand and then snap a picture of and save to your desktop. And then again, you can reposition this to make it look like several different pictures. You can zoom in or zoom out. So the benefit of zooming in or out or moving these pictures around is, like I said, to make multiple pictures serve your purpose, to speed you up. So I could use one picture for 4 different pages. So let me show you where I've done that. So in this book, I didn't want to spend all my time drawing, so I wanted to be able to use the picture in multiple ways. So if you look at this page, all 4 of these panels were created using the same exact picture. I just zoomed in and out and repositioned as need be. So that's something that you could do to save time and save, if you don't have fantastic drawing ability and it takes you a while, again, just use that one picture and move around. Alright, so let's go back to our trial book that we were using, our Three Little Pigs book. Alright, so that's the second way that you can do a picture, is to take one from your computer. Alright, our final way that we can do a picture in here is we can click and add and choose an image from Google. If you are using the Google images here or any other images that you might search up and save from your computer, you need to make sure that they say results shown are labeled for commercial reuse with modification, or that they're royalty free, or they're for Creative Commons. That means that they're images that are okay for you to take and use. The copyright or whoever owns the copyright is okay with that, or they're not copyrighted images. I will be providing your teachers with a list of websites. They're here, or a few of them, and then I'll be sending some more along, that everything on that website is free for use and does not need to be cited in your Works Cited page because it's free and open use. That'll keep us from stealing others' work. We'll be good digital citizens. Alright, one final thing we might show you for Book Creator is some of these other features. So, stickers, you could click on one of these and add that in and move it around on the page as you'd like. You can also add and click media. And this gives you the option to record a video and drop it, record audio or record video, and drop those into your pages. So that might be good if you're making sort of a digital video book, which you want to have video clips on certain pages for your readers to watch. Alright, our last thing, when you're ready to play that book, you press play. It gives you your final product that you can open and close just like a book. And your teacher will be able to you'll be able to download it as an ebook and get a shareable link that you can share out with family or other students or other teachers. And then these books can be opened on any digital device. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy using Book Creator.